Enthusiastically cheering on their Texans as they emerge from the locker room. And we're just about ready for football as the Texans get set to match up with the Denver Broncos. 3/4 of the NFL season are complete. What lurks in our final month? We're underway in Week 14. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
Okay, ready?
941. Get him! Get him! Get him!
Let's go!
Now the young man who was a Pro Bowler as an undrafted rookie, it's Phillip Lindsay. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
Second and a yard at the 34-yard line.
Ready?
The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard.
Check, 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 check.
Let go.
Now Locke throwing on 2nd down. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. But just play number 3 here on the opening drive, and it's an early 3rd and 1. They'll try and run for it with Lindsay. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going.
And the Broncos first down.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Stay with your man.
Lock now on 1st down. And the catch made. This is Emmanuel Sanders. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
Able to get 7 on that 1st down pass play. 2nd and 3. This is Royce Freeman, second-year man from Oregon. And very little daylight there. He'll get a couple up to the 44.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they ended up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Let's go.
And the Texans have an extra defender in the secondary now on 3rd down. 3rd and 2, Locke's going to throw. And this is going to be incomplete.
You absolutely have to have this early on, right? 3rd and short, they elect to throw for it. And that's normal NFL football. They're going to throw on 3rd and short, but you've got to hit it, don't you?
Yeah, in the 1st quarter, like you said, to set the tone, can't connect there. He gets us away. It's a good one. Drawing toward the sidelines. Out of bounds and close. The question, was it a touchback? No. They'll say it crossed out at the 2-yard line. Excellent placement. And off that bounce, Charles, I didn't know where it was going to go. It can be an inexact science as to where they place it, but they say the 2-yard line.
Yeah, I don't know how they really determined that. And let's face it, at the end of that play, one side's going to be happy, the other team's going to be unhappy. So, what do they do, shorten the hypotenuse? I mean, how do they figure that out? You know that stuff. You're the smart guy.
Oh, that's you, partner.
In your face.
24.
47.
From the end zone, Watson. The catch made by DeAndre Hopkins. And they'll get him down right at around the 11-yard line. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
That's what I know.
So not quite out of danger just yet. Still backed up a bit, but only need a few inches here on 2nd down. Here's has a guy on his 4th franchise in 2 years, Carlos Hyde. And he'll get it up a little shy of the 15. They'll spot him down at the 14-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
First and 10 at the 14-yard line.
You're set. Like 88. Mike, 47.
Hey, man. Watch the boot. Watch the boot.
Check 4. Check 4.
They run again with Hyde on first. And he'll be taken down, but they've got this one up to the 35-yard line. That's good for 21 yards and a first down. They went with the nickel look defensively, so they had 5 defensive backs in there. Didn't help them stop the run.
Yeah, I love that, the nickel look. 5 cents, 5 DBs. But what also happens then, you take a big body off the field in order to insert that guy. So you're taking a big off for a little, and oftentimes you can run the football effectively against that defense.
First down, a run with Hyde. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down.
Came out in a power set, but that only served to put more men in the box. And guess what? If you're going to do that, you've got to win up front, right? Your offensive guys have got to beat the defenders. They lost all leverage on that play.
I'm coming.
On second and 11 now. Watson. And this one grabbed by Darren Fells. Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a first down.
I do believe we'll see a little bit more of this as this game progresses, because when you can have that type of a game in the middle of the defense, it hurts them in so many ways, because most teams like to be strong down the middle. And if you can sting them there, that opened things up for you on the outside as well.
But that's where their big tight end is so good, that middle third, the seam routes. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Nazir Jones. What an effort from him on that play. Big tackle for a loss of 11. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's second and 21. Watson. Incomplete. Johnson the intended target, and it's third down.
I want to see more of them trying to get him the football out of the backfield. They love what he can do in open space, and they believe that he creates mismatches they can exploit.
Seventh play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down.
Let's go, hey. Go, Mike, Mike 34.
Tighten up. Pull it together.
Mike 34, Mike 34. Scoop, scoop, scoop. Check.
34 is down, he's coming.
Check.
A shotgun snap for Watson. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Watson picked by his former teammate Kareem Jackson.
Well, it's third and long, and you've got a few different ways to play it offensively. But this is not the type of offense that's going to wave the white flag. They're going to keep chucking it. And this time, it results in an interception.
Here we go.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive, and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
At the 38-yard line.
Here's second and 9, just a yard on that last run.
I got him. Topper. Stop.
On second down, here's Locke. A battle for it, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 40. Defensively that time, they were in zone coverage. As a rookie QB, what lesson can you learn there?
Well, understand this. You saw zone in college. and the defensive backs reacted, but they don't react like they do on this level. So when they're in zone and they see the ball coming to them, they'll react at least a half a second faster. You've got to know where you want to go with the ball and be decisive with it. Otherwise, the end result can be something you don't like.
Here's Hyde as they begin on the ground. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. It'll wind up being a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd and 12.
At the 37-yard line.
Here's the set. JT.
Mike, 34.
I got one.
Out of the gun, Watson. He's got the first down and more past midfield. And finally down at the 36-yard line. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a first down.
Of course, the catch was nice, but how about what happened after? Able to stay on his feet and gain all that additional yardage. So many of these slot guys, I think, have running back in their background.
An update from that game going on in the Meadowlands. The Jets have now moved out in front of the Dolphins. Remember to keep an eye on the ticker, of course, at the bottom of your screen for updates on that game and others around the NFL. Now a first-time Pro Bowler from a year ago, Lamar Miller. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3.
We ain't beginning to tear you up. Don't get nervous.
He's coming. Double up. He's coming. Double up. At 59.
Here's Watson. Screenplay, Johnson. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down. Now that screen there on 2nd down certainly didn't develop how they had hoped. Is that one they should have even tried, or is that one the quarterback sticks in his pocket?
I think the latter. I like what you said there, because trying is one thing. We can second-guess just about every call. But in this case, when you realize that it's broken down, just throw it at the feet of your intended receiver so that no one can pick it off, right? You don't have the ball tipped up in the air, and you come back and try and pick up the first down on 3rd down. That way you don't lose any yardage.
That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. That's on target, but it's no good. He had it on line, but it came up just shy of the crossbar. No score after 1 on EA Sports. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now. And I'm going to take it into the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try and move the football.
Ready. 8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2.
Ready.
On play action. Lock. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
This offensive line has struggled. In fact, when we sat down with the coach, he said it's been in tatters lately. They allowed 6 sacks in their last game. Just gave up another one right there.
In tatters, so it sounds a little bit like this right now.
Exactly. It's like that paper being ripped. And right now, they've got to find a way to get it back together.
Come on, set.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
Get it.
Throwing his lock on 3rd down. And he finds Hamilton. That's complete. That one good for 13 and a Denver first down. Hamilton, the 4th-round pick, had a very productive career at Penn State where he was teammates with Saquon Barkley. And the tandem of he and Cortland Sutton brings some solid youth to that Bronco receivers room. And now the 24-year-old Hamilton hoping to build on what was a 30-catch campaign from a season ago as a rookie.
Let's put that team on the clock.
Lock now on first down. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And it'll be intercepted. Snags it for the pick. Second interception for him now here in this first half. And you got to think he's a rookie, Charles. How much does confidence start to become a factor?
I think that's a great question because that's what they're going to check on when he gets to the sidelines. The coach is going to check on it. His teammates are going to check on it because when you haven't done it before, it's not something that's part of you. You got to see how you're going to react. Let's see how he bounces back.
Yeah, because 2 interceptions for him in college and a half. I mean, that just didn't happen. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline, they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Close. It's caught inside the 25. And they're going to have this way down deep in Denver territory. The Clemson connection. Watson to Hopkins for a big one. 62 yards.
First and 10 at the 18-yard line.
So from their own 20 all the way to the red zone now. A chance to capitalize on first and 10. Watson now to throw. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Different story this time around. We had that huge gain, followed by a sizable loss here.
It's interesting, partner, that most defenses try and guard the 35-yard line actively because they think the way kickers are nowadays, about a 52-yard field goal, they're kind of giving up points. But you get even deeper into territory, you get into the red zone, they're going to guard it even more, which means more pressure, more blitzing.
I'm 55. 4-7's the mic. 4-7's the mic. Yeah.
Another try after the first down sack. Watson, he finds Hopkins complete. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards. So in the second quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So he got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
So 3 plays, already first and goal, and they are wasting little time.
Kill. Turn up. Kill. Turn up. At 55.
Now Watson. And now he's going to use his legs. And I think the ball's out. And this is going to kick out of bounds. Boy, a fortunate bounce or two there. They'll keep possession back inside the 10-yard line.
I don't know about you, but I could hear and feel the sigh of relief all the way up here in our booth.
That was palpable. The sideline, the friend there.
No doubt about it. Ball goes over the sideline, able to retain possession, no turnover. I know his coaches are screaming, just hang on to the ball, man.
Now from the 7, here's second and goal.
Let's make these babies crawl all the way back home.
Kill. Watch safety creep. 24's down. He's coming. He's creeping.
From the gun, a run for Johnson. And he's going to ball his way down to about the 1-yard line. 7 big yards on the carry there to get him within range of the goal line with third down upcoming.
I'm here all day. Watch the ship. Hey. Right 31.
49. check 49, check 49.
They'll run it. Here's Hyde. And he gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Houston. Carlos Hyde. His 5th touchdown now on the year, as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And 2 interceptions already here in this first half. That's got to affect him a little bit, right? He's got to be thinking about it.
He's got to be thinking about it, but most of the good ones, they find a way to put it aside. They're not happy about it by any stretch of the imagination. They find a way to put it aside and continue to play their game.
Can he put it aside? Let's find out. Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. On 2nd down, a run with Lindsey. And nothing but daylight ahead. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Phillip Lindsey, 77 yards, as his guys are back within a single score. They blitzed defensively there, but he was able to slip through that first layer, and then he was gone.
I think they won the leverage game, didn't they?
Yes.
Right? They saw the blitz coming. That got to him a little bit, but they leveraged it perfectly and found not just a crease, a gigantic hole. And off he goes, and he's still going all the way to the end zone.
Watch the screen.
Now Locke. Looking in zone, but it's incomplete. Emmanuel Sanders, the intended receiver. But it'll be 2nd and goal.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync. Only way to play good defense.
They'll go again from the 3 here on 2nd and goal. They'll look to run with Freeman. And I think they stopped him again. They did at the 1-yard line. Call it no gain that time, and now it's 3rd and goal. Third down and goal now, and this Houston defense not backing down. They'll look for one more stop. Lock now on 3rd and goal. Eluding, fighting for the end zone. He lost the football. It's out.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
And McManus able to put it through. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. Now, that's something of a pick-me-up, and the offense certainly has struggled, but they do get the field goal before half to put 3 on the board.
Yeah, you don't want to be shut out, but let's face it, those 3 points, that's not going to solve all their problems either.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
A pickup of 11 and a Texans first down. 2 minutes to play in this first half. 7-3 our score. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Back to throw, Watson. And that throw intercepted. It's Chris Harris, the Pro Bowl corner. He was looking that time for Stills.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
Ready, set.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the three-point kicker. Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that. I don't know about that. Super tough.
And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down.
Let's go now. 8, read.
55. Hey, defense, black up.
Hit it.
From the gun on third down, Locke. He's got his tight end Fant, and he'll be stopped right at midfield. That one good for 13 and a Denver first down.
First down, Broncos.
He's a rookie, and you don't want to get hung up on the word potential.
Ready, break.
But when you see him make catches like that, you keep thinking to yourself, he's good now. He's got a chance to be great with plenty of work.
A nice burst there as he'll get about 7 that time on the first down run. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. Well, we talked about Phillip Lindsay so much last year, but it bears repeating. Undrafted in 2018, the Broncos would sign him in May, and that was a good decision. He would have a 1,000-yard season, 9 touchdowns en route to a Pro Bowl appearance. So from undrafted to playing in the Pro Bowl in 10 months, that's pretty clean living for Phillip Lindsay. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Into the red zone, it's Locke. Oh, nearly a disaster there on the check down. But they'll get it back.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things.
Ready.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Greystone travel. They go.
Clock will try again on 2nd down. And caught by Sanders. Touchdown Broncos. Emmanuel Sanders, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Broncos have taken the lead. Extra point from McManus is good. And the lead is now 10-7. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops, and if it does.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Nazir Jones able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. Now it's Watson. Oh, the ball is out. Watson lost it. The Broncos say they have it. They do.
Let's go. 60 yards.
Here we go, D.
Following the fumble recovery, it's Locke. Being chased out left. And that is incomplete. 2 seconds left on the clock.
It's 2nd down and 10.
So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. The kick by McManus is good. And that will do it for this first half. So we have reached halftime in what's a 6-point game at the break. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. Now McManus on to kick this one off. That's fielded in the end zone. And he probably should have stayed in the end zone as he'll muster a return up to only the 14-yard line.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive, almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
A little jet sweep to start the drive. That's a good chunk of yardage. It's going to be canceled out.
And we always talk about hidden yardage in a game. That's going to count as that because now it doesn't go on the books, but now they have to make that up again, don't they?
Set. 19. Check. 47. All day, baby, all day.
And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. It's T.J. Carey who picked it. And he will score. Touchdown, Denver.
Now that was a beautiful play. A pick 6. How would you punctuate something like that, partner?
What do you mean, with an exclamation mark?
Exclamation mark, a big word. What would you do with that?
Ampersand?
I like it.
Andy Reid never one to shy away from taking chances. He'll go for 2. After the turnover, here's Locke. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Tashawn Gibson. He's at the 50, the 30, the 20, 10, and he takes it all the way back. It's a pick 2, if you will, as that play backfires in a big way. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he will will take this one all the way back inside the 35-yard line.
It's the third quarter, and they're down on the scoreboard. And while no one wants to hit the panic button just yet, points are a necessity on this drive. What a great way to get set up.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Rabbit. Check the backer.
Fresh off the pick six, it's Watson. And this one complete to Will Fuller. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains.
First and 10 at the 15-yard line.
40, this is set. 19. 47. I'm coming after you. Alert.
On first down, it's Watson. That is caught. Hopkins for the Texans touchdown. DeAndre Hopkins, his 11th touchdown of the year, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. Fairbairn good with the extra point, and the lead is down to a field goal. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away.
The Broncos take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They have the lead now. They'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that.
Ready. 30 base. 55 to Mike. You got nothing today. You got nothing. Shift. 61, matchbox light. Snap.
On first down, Locke. Man open, he's got it complete to Cortland Sutton. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. That one going for a gain of 11 and a Bronco first down.
On the double.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Watch the screen.
On first and 10, it's Lindsey. And he goes across midfield and down into Houston territory. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Yeah. You don't want none.
Back to the ground, this time to Freeman. He can muster only a yard there, and they'll be left with a 3rd and very short.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
Could be 4-down territory even if they don't get this, but they need just a few inches here on 3rd. Again, they'll run with Freeman. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first.
Here we go.
Officially a gain of just a yard there, but they do convert on 3rd and inches.
60 outlaw. Come on, D. Ready.
Now a play fake, and here's Locke. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. lose the yardage, and, of course, they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly 2nd and long. Now to the air. Lock. And that's complete to Sanders. As Sanders has it poked free. And the Texans scoop it. And his guys will set up shop at midfield at the 50-yard line.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10, right at the 50-yard line. Here's Watson, flushed out right. He'll run it. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
What is that? 19! Mike's 47. Who that? Who that? Switch! 54!
A give, the first man through Gillespie of the fullback. He can muster only a yard there, and they'll be left with a 3rd and very short.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stopped that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
Could be 4-down territory even if they don't get this, but they need just a few inches here on 3rd.
47's the Mike, boy, 47.
From the gun, here's Watson. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Bryce Callahan. So their woes on offense continue. That's the 2nd pick thrown here in the 3rd quarter.
And we know it was ill-advised, but that was an opportunity to help them get back into the game. Instead, he throws another interception, and now their task is even tougher.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. The drive will commence with a run by Lindsey. And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Hey, watch the screen, watch the screen. Watch the screen. Whip. Watch the whip.
Go. On 2nd down, here's Locke. Screen pass to Lindsey. Give him 6 on the screen, but now it's 3rd down.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
18 Gator.
Locke going to try and throw on 3rd down. And that is incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? Zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Allen on to punt as he gets this one away. And that ball's going to angle out at the 3-yard line. A beauty.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
And from that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And they begin this drive in very precarious field position inside their own 5.
And remember, this is a defense that's already scored once in this game, so you've got to really take care and make sure that you're blocking these guys to try and wedge the ball out from the shadow of your own end zone.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. They were looking for Johnson that time. That'll bring up second down.
We're set. 19. He's coming. Check in. Check in.
Yo, 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 yo. Yo.
From his goal line here, Watson. And he hits his target. It's Kenny Stills. And able to get it across the 10 to the 15. That's good for a Texan first down, a 12-yard pickup.
First down. First and 10 at the 15-yard line.
And now they have a little more space to maneuver from the 15, first and 10.
Watch the pass.
Here's Watson. Escape, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Von Miller in there to get him. Sack number 14 for him on the year.
No doubt that's a very good play defensively right there, because you've always got to be aware that he can take off and make a big play with his legs. How about the way they were able to contain him? That also tells me the coverage was excellent downfield.
They'll come up after the sack on a 2nd and 12.
Watch the curl. Watch the curl. Watch the curl.
Watson. It's complete to Fuller. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. A first down there on a pickup of 25.
And the Texans, first down. First and 10 at the 38-yard line.
Watson now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's first and 10.
Check.
Here's High. A spin. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
You're set. 19. 47. Check. 47.
On 2nd and 11 now. Watson. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Justin Simmons. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran the wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
Benardrick McKinney there to make the stop.
You don't want no problem from me.
A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8 at the 35-yard line.
This will probably be the last play of the quarter. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Let's go now. 15 line. 15 line. Here we go. Here we go. Be driven.
On second down now, it's Lindsey. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. Call it a loss of 6 on the play. And it's going to be third down and a ways to go here, 3rd and 14.
Let's go. 8, read. Check 55 to Mike. I'm coming out to you. Snap.
On 3rd and long, it's Locke. He's got a man. It's Sutton that's complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. That one goes for 30 yards.
Ready.
Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. On first down, Lindsey. He's got the first down here inside the 30. That one good for 33 and a first.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. To throw it is Locke. Hit from behind, and he's going to be driven down.
Well, there's still time to rectify this situation because the silver lining, they took a sack on 1st and goal. But that close to the goal line, that still definitely hurts.
They'll try again on 2nd and goal after going backwards to the 12. Block now to throw. It's caught by Sanders. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. Able to get 9 out of that pitch and catch, but now 3rd and goal.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-armed guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
And it's caught. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. The Broncos had 15 fourth-down conversions last year, most in the NFL, and they're going here. They'll run for it. It's Freeman. And he will take it in for a Bronco touchdown. Royce Freeman, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Broncos push further out in front. Showing some grits and some guts going for it. Their 4th and goal, pounding it in.
And being rewarded for that confidence in the team, huh? The coach saying, let's go ahead and get this. And how about the guys up front firing out, finding a little bit of a crack for them to get through? Touchdown. I love it.
This is taken about 7 yards deep.
Okay, baby, let's go. Let's go.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to leave.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. And now following that sack, looks like we've got an injured man down there on the field. We'll check on his status when we get back. After the sack, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's 2nd and a country mile. Now the backup, A.J. McCarron. That complete to Lamar Miller. And able to get it here to about the 16-yard line. The dump-off gets them 9, so now they're in much better shape for 3rd down. A good way there to have him bounce back from the interception last drive. Something underneath, a little bit of rhythm going.
I know the best ones in the league have supreme confidence, but every now and then you need a little booster, don't you? This is their way of protecting him and bringing him back, and then they'll turn him loose later, I would think.
Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line. DeMarcus Walker Able to get him down for a loss of 11. And it brings up 4th down. Here's Brian Anger now. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. And he's able to get it out of there, and this is a pretty good kick. "12 yards on the return that time, and it'll be a short field for the Broncos as they take over 1st and 10.
Set. 10-2 saw. Hey, watch the slant.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Lindsey. Now it looks like we've got a Bronco that's banged up on the play. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Defense, let's go.
Freeman. Now 3rd down is looming. A pickup of 2 on 1st down and just 1 yard there. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
Under 4 to play now. Clock running. 3rd down. Throwing his lock on 3rd down. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off by Jaleel Adai. Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ball game.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, and became great later?
Who would that be?
That'd be one Peyton Manning. Threw 28 his rookie year. That's the NFL record. How things turn out for him?
I think okay. He's a guy in all the commercials now, right?
Yeah, I think he's doing okay.
That one's good for 35 yards on the ground and a 1st down. Once he broke through that first wave of defenders, there was a pretty big gap there for him to run.
And it helps that they were in a dime defense. That's 6 defensive backs. So this is why a lot of teams now are searching for those linebacker safety combo type guys who can add a little bit more size on the defensive side of the ball, but can still run as well. Because when you run against 6 DBs with some bigger offensive linemen, you often get this result.
He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. A.J. McCarron looking to throw. That is caught. Hopkins for the Texans touchdown. DeAndre Hopkins, his 2nd touchdown of the game, giving him 12 on the season, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away.
The Broncos take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. I'm curious to see, Charles, about the play calling on this drive. Last time out, the interception that led to a touchdown. Here we are. I mean, very close, one-score game.
Yeah, and if I'm a defender, I'm actually chirping Chili on the other side of the ball, saying, hey, we picked off the last one. What you going to do about it now? So when you do throw the football, high percentage, but throw it with confidence. Because if there's any hesitancy at all, it could end up in enemy's hands again.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Ready.
Locked to throw on 2nd down. And he's going to have the hook up to Sutton. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. Give them 14 yards there and a Denver 1st down.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. No gain on the play as we have reached the 2-minute warning. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. So it's Bronco football as we get your reset here. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And again, the run defense stout this time. He maybe gets back to the line of scrimmage, but no more. And now the question everyone's wondering, look at the clock, late 4th quarter. Do they put the ball in the air here on 3rd?
I don't. I run the football, and I tell my offensive line, no leakage up front. I don't want my running back hit as I hand the ball off to him. I don't want any type of an issue. But if I am going to throw it, quick throw, out to the perimeter, maybe one of my best receivers, run a quick slant or something like that.
He's got his tight end fan. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the 1st down. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Here's Freeman. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13. Freeman again. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30. The Texans going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Ready. 10 Lobo. You run.
This is Freeman. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
And McManus able to put it through. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down.
Come on, set.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. One possession game, time very much a factor. How does the offense handle this situation?
Well, in a lot of cases, they should be somewhat relaxed. And I know that's counterintuitive because this is a pressure situation. But this is Friday practice every week of the season. You go over this situation, having to go downfield, limited timeouts. Got to get out of bounds and keep the drive going and set yourself up defensively.
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. 27 yards there, a first down. And he did exactly what they needed him to do, Charles. Got out of bounds. They have no timeouts.
And they knew that before the play even began. Still executed it. How many times have we seen it happen where you know it, yet a guy's still looking for a timeout or trying to stay in bounds? He got it done.
And McCarron now 3 out of 5 since taking over as he's given his guys a first down. Back to throw. McCarron. The catch made by Hopkins. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
Let's go.
A gain of 20 more yards. That's another Texans first down. First and 10 at the 27-yard line.
We go. 70, Indy. What we got? What we got? What we got? Ready?
He'll look to throw. And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock. DeAndre Hopkins once again the intended target, but it'll be second down.
Ready?
Second and 10 now from the 27.
Hey, they're scared. They're scared.
And they're out of timeouts, remember, so this is going to have to be a delay. That's going to set them back 5 yards.
Down.
And now after the delay of game, they're operating behind the sticks, second and 15.
Smooth. Check Mike 34. Mike 34. Night, sweetheart. Get it.
He's back to throw. He's going to let it fly. And this is incomplete. So no miracles here on the final play. And this ball game is over. But, Charles, a one-score game. Down to the end we went. They had one final play in that one-score game. We all knew what was coming. The Hail Mary, they just couldn't get it done.
Wasn't exactly complicated, was it? We all knew, as you said, and go long and see if we can find someone open. They didn't get it done. Someone's happy. Someone is not.
So for Denver, it's a 4th win on the year as they move to 4-9. And they'll have another road date next week with the Kansas City Chiefs. Meanwhile, for the Texans, it's going to all but eliminate them from the playoff picture as they fall to 5-8. And they'll try to rebound next week on the road in Nashville. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the